Hello there, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to episode 24 of the Burnley career mode. The main game for this episode isn't the next game. In fact, but we're going to sim the next two. Hopefully, we'll get wins against Cardiff and Huddersfield in the cup, in the League Cup, so we can get back to where we are. So we're going to sim the Cardiff game. This is how we line up. Very good side there, Ings and Gale up front, of course, and Cardiff beat us 2-0, which is a bit of a shame, really. So that's a disappointment, and George Boyd now won't be able to play now, and this is a bit of a shame, really. So he's out of that particular game. But there again, it gives opportunities to other players to stake their claim. It's disappointing when you lose out, I suppose. It's to be expected. I'll have to put Bentaleb in on that right hand side and see how we go from there. But it's a tough old task, you know, and we're at Cardiff, where we actually took the championship trophy, of course, last season. It's always a tough old place to go to. So we're at home to Huddersfield now. Again, we're going to sim. It's the third round of the League Cup. I would expect us, with a bit of luck, to get through. And we have the Barton and Gale, the goal scorers. Scannell picking up an injury for Huddersfield, but we're through to the next round. We're through to round 4. We'll give you the draw quickly before we play Newcastle, of course. Let's just see what comes of that. Of course, there we are. A couple of player competitions there. Now, I'm just going to check as regards the League Cup. Yep. Our reward, I don't believe this. We couldn't have had a better draw if we'd have tried. But our reward for beating Huddersfield, folks, is a home match with League 2 Barnet, who have just not 18 months ago were battling it out to get into back into the Football League. So, and Chelsea have even got an even better draw. No disrespect to Bury fans, that they play Bury. Hull against Norwich, that's an even balanced game. Man United and Everton take on each other. Big Northwest clash there. Sheffield United Fulham at Bramall Lane. Preston go to White Hart Lane to take on Tottenham. Bradford, those well-known cup fighters, they're up against Peterborough at Valley Parade. And Villa got to go to Teesside to take on Aitor Karanka's Middlesbrough. But now to the centrepiece and the main match of the video. It's back to Premier League action. We're third. We're 3 points behind the two Manchester clubs, City and United, after 6 games. We're gonna go for the full match now of our 7th league game, and that's against Steve McLaren's Newcastle United at Turf Moor. Enjoy. Hello there, good afternoon, and this is the centrepiece of episode 24 of this Burnley career mode. A glamour match with the Toon army. Bird against 10th. Burnley, of course, slipped to 3rd after that defeat at Cardiff last week, but they made up for it in midweek with a 2-0 win over Huddersfield here in the Capital One Cup, and are rewarded with a 4th round game with Barnet. And the player to watch for Burnley is Danny Ings, who's top of the Premier League scoring charts with 6 goals. Fabregas with 5, Benteke with 5, Juve with 5, and McLean as well, completing the list, I think, with 5 as well. And let's take a check on the two teams, starting with Burnley. And it's the same team that took on Huddersfield in the League Cup and won, with Bentaleb keeping his place on the right and Ings and Gale keeping their places up top. And what about Steve McLaren's Newcastle, who are not having a bad run this time round? 10th place, Choupo-Moting is one of the players they have to watch. He's the man up front. Gouffran and Sissoko provide the bullets there. Wijnaldum is also a player that Burnley must watch, and Colback a steadying influence in defensive midfield. And that's the man that Newcastle will have to fear. Danny Ings, top scorer with 6 goals, as I said at the top. And trying to stop him is Fabio Colaccini, 34 years old now, vastly experienced of course. And we're all set to go in a capacity crowd, Turf Moor. There's 4,000 Newcastle fans, by the way, who have turned up here. And we're all set to go. So Burnley, of course, need I tell you, are in claret and blue, and Newcastle, of course, in those famous black and white stripes. And away we go. Turf Moor expects, and certainly Burnley will expect 3 points today, that's for sure. Here's Bentaleb. Cross lifted in, Colback gets it away. Wijnaldum. Yama. Edara. Gouffran. Edara. Wijnaldum. That's a good ball, and in getting behind that defence. Cabella knocking it back. Colback is in there, and Colback with a tremendous shot. And Burnley were ready for that. Tom Heaton tipping that one over the top of the crossbar. Well, that could have been an early blow there for Burnley, who lost 2-0 at Cardiff at the Cardiff City Stadium, of course. The scene where they got the championship trophy presented to them at the end of last season. Burnley looking to progress higher than most in the league this season. Newcastle and Steve McLaren will provide a very stern examination anyway. Here's Colback laying it in. Balassi assigning the course from Crystal Palace, bringing it away. Here's Bentaleb. Barton preparing to have a go, and he hit the crossbar, and somehow Tim Krul tied it over. Well, the former Newcastle man there with a tremendous strike. Look at the way the ball swerving, and he hit the bar, and it came off Krul's hand, and somehow, fortuitously for him, the goalkeeper that is, went away for a corner. Bentaleb with the corner. Ings lurking again. Hughes might get onto this one. Comes out to Cabella. Now Yamat. Choupo-Moting to Yamat again. Cabella. And Daryl Yamat plays it out to the far side, and to the near side rather, and Adara. Sissoko. Both opportunities. Well, both teams having a chance each, and Idara's made a terrific pass into the penalty area. There's the cross, and there's the goal for Choupo-Moting. And it's the Toon Army who take the lead here at Turf Moor after 23 minutes of the game. Halfway through the first half. And maybe Burnley will be punished for some sloppy defending, it's got to be said. Tom Heaton wasn't sure whether to come or go, really. And in the end, Choupo-Moting takes full advantage, and the Clarets must come from behind. It's only his second goal, actually. Eric Choupo-Moting, remember the name. Burnley certainly well, and I said he was going to be one of the key threats for Newcastle today. Well, he's just proved it now. Just delivered that threat on the 23rd minute mark, halfway through the first half. And Burnley now have to come from behind here. Oh, good save! Well, a terrific hit there by Nabil Bentaleb. And the Dutch goalkeeper Tim Krul with a smart save away to his right hand side. Worth seeing again. Look at the ball, way the ball swerves, and he gets a good hand on that. It's a good big left hand on that. Burnley responding very positively then. Bentaleb with the corner. Dan was there. And Sissoko can bring it away for Newcastle, and Jordan Meyer is the only player back, but Tommy Smith is come under cover. I should tell you that the weather conditions are typical Lancashire fare. It's wet and raining, and the ball will go faster on the surface. Lots of water spray on the ball as it bounces along the ground. This is the goal from Chumpo Motin. It's a lovely cross, it's got to be said. He got some purchase on the header, but Tom Heaton will be disappointed with the goalkeeping, indecisive goalkeeping there, and that's a concern now. Burnley, that's 3 goals conceded now in the last game, two games now. It's of course the ship to Cardiff, kept a clean sheet in the League Cup win over Huddersfield. Wijnaldum to Cabela, back to Wijnaldum again. There's a little chip in there, but it's done away. Now Hughes. Danny Ings, who's top scorer at the moment with 6 goals. And he's coming away this time. Ings will try it, and a good save by Tim Krul. Well, I have to say Tim Krul has looked absolutely awesome in goals today. And he knows that, and he realises that Danny Ings will be a real threat for sure. Joey Barton to take the Burnley corner from the near side this time. Krul got a fist on it. Will it come out here to Barton? It will. And he tries to shot there, the former Newcastle man. It deflected. And it deflected behind for a corner. And I think that was going in as well. I'm not sure Tim Krul would have got there. But Bentaleb to try from the other side. And curled out of this time, but Bellerin is there to pick up the pieces here for Burnley. Bellerin! Oh, again hit the crossbar. Well, that's twice now Burnley have hit the crossbar in this first half. We're into 3 minutes of stoppage time at the end of it. And Newcastle can thank them lucky stars that the crossbar is on their side at the moment. Well, Barton hit the crossbar earlier on in the piece. And now, Bellerin, just a few seconds ago, hit the crossbar himself. Here it is again. Couldn't have struck this any sweeter. Krul was getting nowhere near it, and he was saved. In fact, it hit his back, which took it away from the oncoming Dwight Gale. Unbelievable. Choupo-Moting goes down, but there was no way the penalty was going to be given. Here's Jan Vertonghen though. Hughes gets it away. And the referee blows for half time, so Choupo-Moting's goal has given Newcastle the lead, but my goodness, they've had a couple of lucky escapes there. Bart's been hit twice by Barton and Bellerin towards the end, so Burnley can thank themselves mighty unfortunate. They're going in 1 goal down at the break. Welcome back to Turf Moor, everybody, where it's 1-0 of course to Newcastle. Choupo-Moting's goal after 23 minutes, but Newcastle of course had their crossbar hit twice. Joey Barton when it was 0-0, and then towards the end when Newcastle were leading, and it's Wijnaldum closes in and could have made it 2 for Newcastle, but for a very, very good save from Tom Heaton, who was a lot more decisive, stood up big and clawed it away. So Newcastle here at the start of the second half, turning up the power on the Clarets here at Turf Moor, and it's Cabela to take the corner. Away by Gale, but now to Barton. Bentaleb is furthest forward there. Barton trying to get Ings being behind, and he succeeded. Danny Ings now for Burnley. Ings! Oh, I think he tried to do too much. Tim Krul made the save and denied Ings a sniff at goal number 7 in the league this season. Well, for now anyway. I'm told by the look on Joey Barton's face, he knows that was an opportunity wasted, but Burnley has still got Newcastle back in the final third, and a goal! 1-1! And Burnley get their equaliser. Turf Moor explodes with joy. And it's Scott Dan. Relief! Around Turf Moor. Burnley 1. Newcastle United 1. Scott Down with his first ever goal for the Clarets. And his first of the season. Well, that could be an important goal. Well, that's an absolutely fantastic result. That's an absolutely fantastic header. And just what Burnley needed to get themselves back into the game, which, to all intents and purposes, for the most part, they've been rather frustrated. And that's a poor ball by eye, but it's given Choupo-Moting a chance. Gouffran. Sissoko trying to turn. And in the end, it's shepherded away. Here's the equaliser, which brought an explosion of noise around Turf Moor. Bang! 1-1. But it's a Newcastle corner now at the other end. Cabela to take it. Keaton poised there. A couple of yards off the line. Newcastle's second corner. Ronaldo with a little back flick, and then Colaccini with a typical centre-back shot. High, wide and not so handsome into the cricket field stand. And our next video, that's a very good centrepiece of our next video. That's episode 25. And what better way to mark it than a trip to Old Trafford to play Manchester United. And you'll be able to see it only on our YouTube channel. Jordan Ibe. Colaccini intercepts. Now Gale. Bolasie. Good turn. Yannick Bolasie! Oh, so close. On a man that signed from Crystal Palace. So near to giving Burnley the lead. Meanwhile, there's a change. Tuabin replaces Gouffran. And now we're going to see a goal kick for Newcastle. Krul to take it. Choupo-Moting, who put Newcastle in front. Jack Cole back now, the man born on Tyneside. Chelsea 2-1 up against Watford at Vicarage Road. Diego Costa the goal scorer, as you can see. Here's Sissoko though. Chip back across. Barton was there. Here's Danny Ings now. And a lovely ball in, and Gale. He's onside. What a lovely pass by Ings, and Gale. Good save by Krul. Well, it keeps Newcastle on parity with their hosts here. But what a lovely pass by Danny Ings. You didn't see it there in the replay. You saw the end opportunity the opportunity there for Dwight Gale. And the save by Tim Krul. But what a lovely defence-splitting pass by Danny Ings. Burnley corner for all that. Barton with it. Hughes is there, but it's come to Sissoko. Now Yamat. And a lovely ball forward again. And Choupo-Moting looking very strong. And it's Capella. Oh, what an opportunity for the Toon Army. And Capella will not get a better opportunity. He got well underneath it in the end. The ball just didn't bounce favourably for him. And Burnley survive. And Alexander Mitrovic replaces the goal scorer. So it's going to be like for like. Had a good game, Choupo-Moting. Looked a very lively threat for Steve McLaren's side. I thought especially in the final third. Heaton now goes short. Newcastle have made 2 changes. Burnley now still looking very fresh. But that's a poor ball from Tommy Smith, and he knows as a centre back, he knows it's not a good ball. And that's Cabella's ball in. Stutzy will be tearing his hair out there with that pass from Smith, but it didn't come to anything. Here's Hughes. Barton, there are 12 minutes to go. Danny Ings now. Hasn't really done much in the game. That's a good tackle there by 34-year-old Fabio Colaccini. Now Wijnaldum chips it out to the far side. And Travabin is in there. Dan to face him. And he's skipped away from the centre-back's challenge. And a decent-looking cross. Mitrovic is there. Kolpak is there. And it's over the bar. Well, Newcastle have had chances. And the Clarets have survived on each occasion. But Burnley really haven't been at their poor and best, but it only takes a second. Oh, that's a bad ball from Ibe. What was he thinking of? What were we thinking of? Here's Wijnaldum. And Mitrovic. This could be costly. This could be costly. Good save. And the ball is off the crossbar. Oh my goodness. We're living on, the turf ball is living on its edge here. Yamat. Cabella's still there. Danger here for the Clarets. Cabella puts it wide. And Burnley survive. But how? I do not know. But the earlier effort there was safe from Tom Heaton. It was Mitrovic with the shot, and Heaton parried it, and then the ball rebound ricocheted off the crossbar, and somehow Burnley have kept it at 1-1. Well, there's nerves being jangled around Turf Moor. Here's Gale, lovely skill now, and Gale is through. Is this the winner? No, Krul has saved it. Gale, Ings wide. It just will not go in. Great save from Krul twice. And then Danny Ings, very difficult chance there to hook the ball back towards the goal. And he couldn't do so. And it remains 1-1. We're into 4 minutes of stoppage time. Mitrovic's header. Sissoko's there. And Wijnaldum again. Smith to Heaton, who just hooks it away, and that's the whistle. 1-1 is the score. Choupo-Moting put Newcastle in front after 23 minutes, but Scott Dan equalised in the second half. But Newcastle hit the bar. Burnley forced a double save from Krul towards the end, and in the end missed chances cost both sides in the end, and the final outcome is a 1-1 draw as Scott Dan, one of the scorers, the Burnley goal scorer, walks off. Final score then at Turf Moor then, in a very good game of football in the rain. Burnley won, Newcastle won, and what a great advert for both sides here at Turf Moor this afternoon. Well, that was a great game of football for any neutral viewer that was watching on the YouTube channel today, but I can tell you it was one from frustration playing it as well as commentating on it, because I thought we'd snitched it around in the end. Mind you, we could have easily lost it thinking about it when Mitrovic went through, and then Sissoko, I think, headed the rebound against the crossbar. We'd hit it the crossbar twice. The same crossbar was hit 3 times, twice from Newcastle. Twice hit by us, and then they hit the bar towards the end. So let's have a look at the results from the weekend of the 24th and 25th. This is round 7. So let's check on the score. Starting with Villa Park, of course, where Aston Villa and Southampton shared the points in a 1-1 draw. Same scoreline as you just seen at Turf Moor between Burnley and Newcastle United. Jurgen Klopp's first Merseyside derby ended 2-2. As for Pellegrini's Manchester City, good enough to beat Sam Allardyce's New Chargers Sunderland by 2-0. Cardiff won 2 out of 2, beating Aitor Karanka's Middlesbrough by 1-0 at the Riverside. Mourinho's Chelsea, he might not be very much luck in real life, Mourinho, but his team are up to third above us. They've leapfrogged us in the table. They beat Watford 2-1 at Vicarage Road. Mark Hughes beat Old Charge Tony Pulis and West Brom 2-1. Tony Pulis losing against his former club. What I meant to say about that. And Slaven Bilic, bad day at the office as Gary Monk's Swansea win 2-1. And the games played on Sunday. Well, first of all, Arsenal winning the North London derby 2-1 against Tottenham. And at Carrow Road, Alex Neil's Norwich put up a gallant fight against Louis van Gaal's Man United, but came down on the wrong side of a 2-1 scoreline down at Carrow Road. So what does that mean then for the Barclays Premier League table? Let's just quickly go to that. So this is the table now after 7 match days. We've just had match day 7, and it's City and United level on points. City with a superior goal difference. In fact, they have In fact, they've scored one more goal than their Manchester rivals. There is a goal difference of +10, but it's on goals scored. They're top in the league. Chelsea are 3 points further back in third. They leapfrog us into third place. We dropped to fourth, and we're 3 points ahead of Liverpool in fifth, Stoke in sixth, Everton in seventh, Villa in eighth, Arsenal ninth. A little bit low for them at the moment. Newcastle stay 10th after their draw today at Turf Moor. Newcastle, Tottenham Rover 11th, Cardiff doing okay, started alright. Then they actually are a place above their Welsh rival Swansea on goal difference. West Brom and Norwich are on 7, and Southampton all have 7 points each. And then it's Watford and the bottom 3 of Sunderland, Middlesbrough and West Ham. So plenty of work for Messrs Allardyce, Karanka and Bilic to do. And that brings us to the end of the video, episode 24. And what a game we've got for episode 25. And you won't believe this. You won't believe what we've got there. That was the national side there. I'm under threat with my England job at the moment. I don't know. But anyway, enough about the international management. This is what we've got to look forward to for episode 25, and I can't wait for. And I, for one, cannot wait. It's Manchester United at Old Trafford. What a way to bring up episode number 25. So a big milestone in the Burnley Career Mode series. And a nice way to mark episode 25 with a trip to Old Trafford. Thank you very much for watching. We will look forward to your company for the Old Trafford for the Man United game at Old Trafford. Until then, take care, and we'll see you soon. Take care. Bye bye.